Yo. What's going on, y'all? How you doing? Oh, 1 second. My bad. 1 second. All right, we are back, yo. Real quick, an audio check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know in the comments if the mic sounds clear. I had to get the mic because I did a live stream before without the mic, and that shit sounded horrible. So let me know in the comments if the mic is working. That was the main thing that took me a little bit right now just to get this started, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just give me a thumb up. Let me know that the mic is good. You feel me? In the minute, man, I'm gonna shout some people out. All right, we got Top Daily in the building. We got Sean Breezy in the building. What's going on? We got Jay, the fight's tomorrow, champ. We got Sean Breezy saying salute, Eddie. All right, we got Daryl Mason. Boots will knock the boots off Zayas. No titty. Hey yo. We got my man Tim in the building. What's good, Tim? How you doing, bro? We got my boy Wolf. I'm not saying your first name, but what's good, Wolf? You feel me? How you doing, my guy? Let me know if the mic is working, guys, and then we can go ahead and get started. Do I get a thumbs up? Let me know what's going on. And then we gotta take this off real quick. All right, so let's get started, Eddie. So Eddie, did you watch the weigh-in today?
No, I didn't.
You didn't watch the weigh-in. I watched the weigh-in today. They went ahead and they squared off or whatever. It was an intense weigh-in, you know what I mean? Boots kept his eyes on him, you know what I mean? Xander, the same thing. Mm-hmm. But Xander, man, still with a really good energy, a really good confidence. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you guys thought about the weigh-in, man, but it just looked like Xander is still in a really good place, considering how many people are basically counting him out. You know, tomorrow's going to be a really interesting crowd in New York City because you're going to have a lot of Puerto Ricans out there that are coming to support Xander. You're going to have a lot of Philly in the building coming to support Boots, even though this is going to be a local fight for the Philadelphia fighters. It's gonna be a mix. It might. I mean, I really don't know who's gonna have the crowd. To be honest, I won't be surprised if Xander gets the crowd. You know what I mean? Because we know New York is a very strong Puerto Rican population. However, at the same time, I've been talking to a lot of Puerto Rican people who are picking Boots because a lot of the boxing community that's Puerto Rican's educated, people as well. But you being a pro fighter and you being a guy who's fought in hostile territory, you know what I mean? Being that you fought Klitschko, Derevchenko, guys like that when you went to the UK, having the crowd against you, let's just say that crowd is a pro Puerto Rican crowd, let's just say. How do you think that's going to affect Boots, and does it affect the fighter, or it doesn't matter?
For me, it didn't affect me. I think the most hostile crowd I ever had was Derek Rossi. We fought in this little small gym on ESPN2, and it was in Suffolk County, New York. And, I guess that's where he's from. And the crowd was chanting his name. They was throwing stuff at us.
Right. Oh, when you was walking out the crowd?
Like all of that. He hit a couple people with us, some of my people with stuff. And it didn't really bother me. They're fighting. They can't fight for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the way Boots is, for the fights and how, he doesn't look nervous. He doesn't look bothered when he's in there. And I even asked him, how do you get nervous? But I don't really get nervous like that. It's just boxing. He's been in it. He's grew up with it his whole life. I think he's going to perform like he always performs. I don't think that's going to affect him. I think the crowd is just going to be something that maybe make it worse on Xander if he wins.
Right. So I was listening to Timothy Bradley's live stream yesterday. Shout out to Timothy Bradley, man. Timothy's always showed me a lot of love. One of the people who actually went out his way and spoke really highly about me when Raymond Ford won the world title before and after. You know what I mean? Purchased my Master Boxing bundle. Yeah, he actually bought it. What? I was surprised. I'm like, damn, Tim, you bought my Master bundle? He said, I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of good teachers. I was like, wow, I appreciate it. Yeah, so big shout out to Hall of Famer Timothy Bradley. And I was listening to him, and he basically said, he's talking about the corners. Yeah. Xander Zayas' coach, I forget his name. No disrespect. If anybody knows Xander Zayas' coach's name, if you guys could put it in the chat for me. He's an older guy from Florida, Spanish coach, and he actually had Cambosis. You know what I'm saying? When Cambosis beat Teofimo, and he's had Xander since the amateurs. Yeah. And his thing is, he thinks that Xander has the better corner than Boots. He feels that Bozy, even though he's done a good job with Boots, he feels that Boots is an athletic, gifted guy. But when it comes to an actual corner, he feels that Zayas has the better corner, better instructions in the corner, and also he had a good point too. He said, hopefully, he just hopes, he's not saying this is the case, that Boots isn't one of these gym fighters. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, you know how Boots be cooking everybody in the gym, even though he's been cooking everybody in the fights too. You know what I mean, for the most part. But is he gonna be a guy who's going to rise to that occasion on fight night? Like I said, I've told this to everybody. Boots checks off every single box except for two right now. And that's the chin and that's the heart, because it hasn't been tested. Yeah. It hasn't been tested. Like, we just don't know. Like, for instance, Roy Jones Jr., right? Yeah. As he got older in his career, we started to realize he had not that great of a chin. But when he was the top guy, nobody could test his chin. So since his chin wasn't getting tested, we didn't really know he had kind of a flawed chin. It was when he slowed down just a little bit, where guys can actually get to his chin, we kind of found out, damn, if you hit Roy clean, he's out of here.
Even Lou Del Valle, when he fought like years ago, caught him. It's one of them flash knockdowns, but he caught him with a good shot, and it showed that if you just punch with him, he can get some trouble with Roy. That's one of the things that you get athletic fighters. The best thing you can do is to punch with them, because you ain't gonna be able to outbox them. Typically, they too fast, they too sharp, and you're not gonna be out speeding them. You know what I'm saying? Your shot's gonna get there late every time. So the best thing to do is time them and punch with them. So, but that's what happened with Roy. So earlier in his career that happened, but that was only lightning in a bottle. You ain't gonna catch Roy much. And then you seen it though, like you said, when he started to slow down, that's when motherfuckers was hitting him a lot. You know what I mean? Getting him out of there, and we can see how chinny he was.
Shout out to my guy, Mr. Allman. Shout out to my boy Truck and Hustle. And look who it is. We got Johnny in the building. Puerto Ricans are gonna be hurt tomorrow. So for the record, for the record, Johnny is Puerto Rican, y'all.
Just last name is Ortiz.
Yeah, for the record. Shout out to my Puerto Rican brother, Johnny Ortiz. We're gonna bring you on here, Johnny, in a little bit, man. We're gonna bring on people. I want to hear people's opinions, but I need y'all to go ahead and give educated opinions. Last night we had like 4 or 5 educated boxing fans come on here. So if you're an educated boxing fan, I'm gonna put the link in here, and hopefully you guys can come in here and give me your point of view from an educated standpoint, not an ignorant standpoint, and not a biased standpoint. So back to Boots. We don't know if he's a gym fighter at the highest level. We don't know if he's got a great chin yet, and we don't know what kind of heart he got yet. We know he's got an offensive bag that's out of this world. We know what he does to guys bigger than him in the gym, it's smaller than him in the gym. We know what he could do. Offensively, he's going to cook you. Defensively, he's going to make you miss. So we know he's got the skill set. We know he's got the athleticism. We know he has all the attributes. If you was making a Fight Night character, shout out to my Fight Night people, he'd have like fucking 90 to 100 power, 90 to 100 speed, athleticism, be at like he'd have everything, but then we just have two or three question marks at the bottom. We don't know yet. We got to fill in those blanks. So Xander having that Puerto Rican crowd behind him tomorrow, does that motivate him or does that hurt him? Does that put too much pressure on him trying to live up to something that people from the island expect? And when things start to get a little bit tough in there, because it's going to get tough for Xander, and it's probably going to get tough early, does that mentally make him fold? Or does he live up to it? Does he bite down on his mouthpiece? And does he go inside and become one of the great Puerto Rican fighters? Because we know Puerto Ricans had a great culture of boxing. Is he going to be able to do those things at that level? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what you think, Eddie.
I think he's going to give his best effort. I think he gets hit, he gets hurt. I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to try to come back. He's going to do everything in his power. You know, he's going to have to go out on this. He's going to be willing to go out on the shield. But honestly, I do think he will go out on the shield. You know, it's just not no disrespect. I really think he's a good fighter. I just think his pace is not fast enough. And it's not necessarily talking about punch for punch. I just don't think he can keep up with Boots. This is going to be a lot of work for him to do it. And he may be strong and he's tough, but we have never seen him get his chin tested like he's going to get it tomorrow night. And Boots is extremely accurate, extremely active, and punches really hard. So I just hope for Xander that he's really ready mentally to go beyond where he's ever gone before, because that's what he's going to need to be able to.
Now, do you think that Xander is underestimating Boots? Because it almost seems like he is. Like I know Xander keeps saying that Boots is underestimating him.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
But when he talks about Boots, he says a lot of stuff that kind of throws me off. Like, yeah, he's never been tested, and yeah, I mean, which is somewhat what I just finished saying, right? But he's saying it as if he feels he's the guy who's going to test him. Boots is flat-footed. Boots never seen anything like me. I always make the adjustments. So is he looking at Boots? Because listen, Xander's been competitive. Like, he's been training since he was 5 years old. So we're not talking about a guy who picked up a pair of gloves. If in reality, even though Boots has been in the gym as long probably as Xander, because of his father and his brothers, Xander actually has the more extensive amateur background, considering that he's been competing since he was younger, right? Mm-hmm. So Xander's not a dummy when it comes to boxing. He knows the game. He should know what he's looking at. Like how we're educated boxing people. Yeah. You're a professional fighter. I'm a professional coach. Been doing this a long time. Xander's been doing this since he was 5. He's 23. In 2 years, that's 20 years he's been in the game, which means he's got 20 years of experience. He should be able to look at a guy and say, I don't know if I could beat that guy. Or I should be able to beat that guy. I know y'all don't think I can, but I see something. Do you think he's really sees something? Because it's like, why would he be this eager to want to fight? He chose the fight. He took the fight. He's the cash cow for Top Rank. He's got everything. He's got the whole island that he could keep his record undefeated for so much more longer.
Remember?
Why would he do this now at 23?
Remember Mikey Garcia moving up to fight Errol Spence?
True.
Nobody could understand why the hell Mikey Garcia would want to fight Errol Spence. And I said it, and we all said it too. We talked about it. It was like, bro, what makes him think he can beat him? There's got to be something. It made us even almost want to pick Mikey because he was doing so well in the other weight class. It's like, bro, he must see something. He must know something. He got in there and got dog walk. And it's just how it goes. You can have the ultimate confidence. And it's like, you can be so good in a certain spot. Like his weight at 140, I think, or 135, I think Mikey was at the time. And he was beating everybody, dominating everybody. He went up 2 weight classes to fight Earl Spence. And he really believed. I think his confidence took him a little further than it should have. Like his mind was so locked in, I could beat anybody. I literally could beat anybody. I don't give a shit who it is. And he said, I'm going to go at Earl Spence. Watch me. I'm going to beat him. Then he got humbled when he got in. Very similar situation. I think this is.
So like you as a guy who's fought at the highest level, I should say, is that just like a ego/delusion that all fighters have to go through in their career? Because like when people look from the outside, and even like somebody else looking from the outside, it's quite easy to see like, bro, it's not a fight you want to fight.
Right.
But when you're the guy, you're like, don't disrespect me. I'll fight this motherfucker right now, right? Is that ego or is it delusion?
It's a little bit of both. I think you have to somewhat be delusional and got to tell yourself you can do it even if nobody else thinks you can. That's something that fighters have to have. Like when I fought Vladimir, this fight compared to me versus Vladimir is like, like Xander's going to win. It's compared to me going to win against Vladimir. Come on. Nobody's thinking that Xander can win but him in this situation. Well, I say nobody. There's some people that don't. But you have to kind of have that thought. Like, man,
I know, but all right, now
I can do it.
Now, but from the perspective of, okay, it's like this, right? Like if somebody who I knew, or let's just say there's somebody who should be able to fuck me up, right? And everybody knows it, like, you're going to get your ass beat. I might even know I'm going to get my ass beat, but I'm going to sit there and say, motherfucker, I'm going to still fight this motherfucker, right?
That's what it is.
Okay, that's one thing, though. But for me to pick a fight with a guy who should be able to beat my ass is a different thing.
What I say?
So he's picking the fight.
Mikey Garcia, Earl Spence. He picked that fight.
I know, but he's one of the many. Like when you fought Klitschko, you were in position to get a world title.
Right, so
you had to fight him. It was like, this is what y'all put in front of me. Fuck it. It is what it is. I want the title.
And I believe that could do
right. And you're looking at him like, I know this is gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna figure out a way. That's one.
Honestly,
point. What was
there was a point.
You were like, this is gonna be easy.
Not easy, but I felt like, once he started struggling early, I just fought Dimitrenko. 6'8", 253 pounds. Klitschko 6'7", 244. They both kind of like got the same similar kind of situation. I broke Dimitrenko down. It was a world of difference between the two. But at the time, in my head,
like I did it once, I could do it again.
I do it again.
All right. So if you were the unified champion of the world, like Xander, Xander's the undefeated cash cow, unified champion. They give him a list. This is the guys you can beat. And he said, all right, out of all these guys, give me the most difficult motherfucker on the list.
I like it.
I love it too. But from a fight fan perspective, it's dope. But from a perspective of, dog, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you keep building yourself more so the fight's maybe even bigger later and you can protect your health record career? He's jumping right in. Like, is it because he really thinks he's going to win, or is it because he's just like, fuck it, let's get the hardest shit out the way?
That's in my head. I swear to God, I was like, damn. When I got an opportunity, first one I was going to have it the first time when I lost to Povetkin. I was going to fight Klitschko then. And I was like, yo, give me the toughest dude first. I take and get him out the way. That way it's easier on the back end. Everybody else gonna be easy after I get rid of Vladimir. I'll take his brother next, and then after his brother, I'm gonna take. That was my thought. You know what I mean? Once again, the delusion. You don't. I'm not saying that I didn't think I could. I mean, I was delusional and not thinking I could beat him. I think I had the ability to, but we just didn't realize what we were getting ourselves into. And I think Xander is in that same position right now. He feels the utmost confidence. He believes he can beat Boots. You know what I mean? He sees the flaws. The problem is he's looking at the flaws and not enough looking at what he can do well. You know what I'm saying? The problem that a lot of these guys have is that they're looking at their opponent as the weakest point the opponent is, and not the strongest point. You understand what I'm saying? You should, to some degree, not fear, but you should respect the challenge that's in front of you. So you have to look at what he does well and figure out a way that you can deal with it. Not what he does terribly or bad or not so good, and try to focus on how I'm going to exploit that, because you might not even get a shot at exploiting it. He might run right through you because you're not paying attention to his actual strengths.
Yeah, because like I know a lot of people talk about the Karen fight, right?
Yeah.
And we've already broke down how Karen basically didn't win any rounds.
Right.
Yet everybody still brings that fight up.
Talk about he
Right. Now this is the other thing. Xander, though he does utilize lateral movement and angles, and he does pretty well. Like I told you yesterday.
Karen.
No, I know. But my whole point is I don't think he does it faster than Karen.
Nope.
He's slower than Karen with his feet. Mm-hmm. I think that maybe Xander looks maybe, arguably, because I have to go look at Karen again, arguably maybe a little more seasoned than Karen, but Karen got faster feet. And you're going to need really fast feet like that in order to make it difficult for a guy like Boots to bring you down, to break you down or whatever, right? So Xander being a bigger guy and a slower guy makes him an easier target. You know what I mean? It kind of makes it. That's kind of. It kind of goes back to like your success in heavyweight, right? Like I remember you telling me, like boxing those bigger guys, it was almost easy sometimes because they were so slow.
And it wasn't even so much the hands all the time that was slow, especially when you're training with smaller guys and like with Tomas. Tomas is supposed to be faster than me, but this is what they say. I'm training with lighter weight guys. I'm outspeeding them. What the hell makes you think that this guy's going to be faster? There's no disrespect for Tomas. He had good speed for a heavyweight, but not good speed for me. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're looking at Boots versus Xander, Boots is used to a faster pace. That's what made it difficult for me going down to cruiser from heavyweight. I'm not used to the faster pace. Not the speed necessarily punch for punch, but the pace of the fight. The way the guys, throwing punches, the amount of punches, the amount of energy he's putting in, the amount of space that there is different. I had time when God throw a punch. I got throw a punch. I had 4 punches before his hand got back.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's for real, like with Dimitrenko. But when I went down to cruiser and fought the South African, Machunu, he was way sharper. And everything I threw, he had something that he was throwing back. And it wasn't that I couldn't deal with it. It's just I wasn't prepared for it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. And Xander is going to find out that even that little 7 pounds, it ain't even about the weight. It ain't even about the weight class. It's about the pace that Boots fights at. If you watch him fight, even guys that were 140s that would come up, he was outpacing. You know what I mean? The kid that was a world champion that came from 140 that he fought and he stopped. He was just like, it's just, you could tell. He's like, every single time I threw a punch, there was 2 or 3 coming back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he's hurting you when he does it.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And he's able to do it for 12 rounds at a very good pace.
You don't see him breathe hard.
I don't see too many people in the comments tonight. We had a lot more Xander people in the comments yesterday. It seems like today, most of the people here kind of agree with us that Boots should, win this fight. Now, listen, this ain't no bias shit. I know that Philly is like a hop, skip, and a jump away from my gym, but I really don't have no bias on this shit. It's just what I truly see. There's really nothing else. I can't, I'm trying my best to find something. Like, if you're Xander Zayas, how do you beat, matter of fact, how do you beat a guy like Boots who could fight on the inside, could box from the outside, could switch, can hurt you with either hand? How the fuck do you beat a guy like that? Like, I was saying this yesterday. I'm thinking of 147 Boots and 147 Floyd, and I'm saying to myself, how does Floyd beat this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know if Floyd could beat this guy.
You know what?
You know what I'm trying
Floyd,
to say?
The only way Floyd would be able to do it is he has to pop shot and he has to use Boots' aggression against him. Because you know with Floyd had amazing reflexes. So everything Boots is throwing, he's gonna have to be countering one punch, and he got to be out 1-2 pop and out counter boom. Same thing kind of he did with Canelo. Only thing is Canelo's a couple steps slower than Boots, so he's gonna have to be as sharp as he's ever been in any fight to deal with Boots, 100%.
Right. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna put this link in here. Bring a couple people up here. You know what I mean? I see you, Greg Hackett, in the building. Shout out to Greg.
Yep.
I see you, Johnny, man. Click these links, y'all. Get in here. Give me your educated opinions. I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say. I mean, I already have an idea what y'all going to say. You feel me? But, hey, listen. I hope that Xander does something exciting. You know what I mean? Because we definitely need some sort of excitement in this fight. It'd be kind of whack to see Boots go in there and just knock this motherfucker out in 30 seconds, even though I'm sure that's what they want to do, right? In and out like a robbery. That's his slogan. Yeah. But I mean, as a fan, like, come on, bro, give us something. Man. Like I'm driving to New York tomorrow. I'm trying to see something, man. Anyway, man, we got Greg in the building. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, Eddie? What's up, Ant? Y'all good?
Good, bro.
Good, bro. Greg Hackett, man. I've been seeing you doing your thing, man. You're making a lot of noise on the internet right now, getting your just due, man. Proud of you, bro. How's everything?
Everything good, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, bro. So talk to us, man, because I know you in there. You see the shit, live and direct. You know what I mean? I know Boots is your peoples, Bosie's your peoples, and you train with those guys a lot. So what are you saying?
I mean, everything y'all saying is right, man. But Xander, he not gonna tell the truth. But if you be honest, his career is a lie. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that, when you turn pro at 16 years old, it's two reasons you turn pro at 16. You either a phenom or you running from something. You understand what I'm saying? It could have been possible that he was a phenom. It could be possible, but we won't see that until tomorrow night. We won't know if he has that. The reason I say the running part is because when you 16 and under, you're not going up against grown men. You're not fighting in men tournaments. You fighting in the silver gloves. You fighting in regular tournaments. So you beating other kids. So that's cool. And there's nothing wrong with that because he was like one of the top kids. But that's just where it stands. You was a kid. Now when you turn pro, they're not going to put you in there with somebody that's going to really do something to you. You know what I mean? We know that. And the reason they're not going to do that is because you're an investment. You have a storyline. You're a big, pretty Puerto Rican kid. You got the look. You you got it as far as like what we want to see from a fighter. But being put in a tough situation, this is the first time he's been put in a really tough situation. Now,
Right.
has he been in some challenging fights? Yeah, they've been challenging, but they've been challenging because based off of what he's able to do and what he knows about boxing. When he fought that guy Garcia and he beat that guy for that first title, he got to get a good look at that guy fighting Charles Conwell. Now, we gave him a lot of credit for that because Charles Conwell is one of those guys. He was an Olympian. So it's like, all right, if he beat Charles Conwell, then okay, and Xander beat him, then Xander got to be the goods. The thing was, though, if you look at Charles Conwell's style, he fights like a black Mexican. If you look at the guy he was fighting, a real Mexican. You try to beat a Mexican at a Mexican's game, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You gotta add a little jazz. If it ain't no jazz, then it ain't. It's just gonna be a brawl. You're not really beating a Mexican at a brawl. So what did Xander do? He go in there and he kept that motherfucker on the end of the jab. And guess what? That's what he was supposed to do. And he beat him clean. And I'm not taking nothing away from him. That was a good performance. And then when you look at Abbas Barau, tough guy. He probably one of the toughest at 54, to be honest. Now, the thing is though, he's not bringing any type of special attributes, but what he's bringing is heart, and he gonna let his hands
Right.
go. Abbas, if you be real, compared to the elite 54 pounders, he's a little bit undersized. But what he did was he did push Xander a little bit and he let him know, like, yo, this what 12 rounds feel like, a real 12 rounds. So I give Xander credit for that. But this is the night against Boots where you're going to have to make sure all your guns work and you got to be making sure you're willing to use them. You know what I'm saying? You can't just have the guns. You got to use the motherfuckers too. And then you got to make sure your defense is intact. I think this is a great fight far as how it looks. But when it starts to unfold, when it get nasty, that's where I think Xander falls short. You know what I mean? When it get more into like a brawl. Not
So
saying that they gonna go in there and just be brawling with each other, but you know what I mean. When they really start punching on each other, when punches really start landing flush, that's where the
that pace,
fight.
I mean, but
that
we've
pace.
seen Boots get guys out of there relatively early. Do you think we're gonna get to
Yeah.
that point where they're it's getting nasty like you're saying, or is Boots gonna make it nasty and get them up out of there quick? You know what I mean?
I think it to be honest, it starts to get nasty probably second, third round because
Yeah.
we talking about two young men. Yeah, I mean, one thing about young men, they don't like to be, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't like for nobody to get off on them. You know what I mean? They don't like for nobody, when you young and you take a shot, you like, I gotta get that right back. When
Mm-hmm.
you older and you're a veteran, you'll take a shot in a second and get it back in the six. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Right.
saying? So I think they both kind of young when it come to that, like taking shots and getting
Want
right
to get right
back.
back.
The difference is Boots does it at a rate where it's like, all right, bro, calm down. Like, come on, you just gonna keep firing shots. Like, you know what I mean? He get like that. For me, Xander is very good. Not very, yeah, I'll say he's very good defensively. Like he not bad. The problem is though, you could be put in a position where you on defense. Like you're not doing nothing else. You just on
Right.
defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now you just losing
Locking
rounds
up.
because you're getting fired on. You're right. And I think this fight goes no deeper than seven.
Damn. Are you ready to drive to New York for 7 rounds? It is what it is.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
I'm just going for the atmosphere, brother.
you gonna be in the building
I already know the
tomorrow, bro? You
I
gonna
mean,
outcome,
be in the
brother.
building?
I mean, you get a yeah. I'll be up there. I mean, you getting a good undercard. You getting Ben Whitaker. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
getting
you
the kid
Oh
getting
from
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Whitaker
Toronto.
and you getting Jahad Tucker. Let me
Yeah.
bring my
And
man right here. We got Johnny Ortiz, the one
yeah,
and
Oh
only.
God, yeah, this
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'm like,
Johnny,
God,
what up?
I'm like, God damn, y'all hold me in the back room for like
Nah,
6
man,
months.
listen,
Yeah, leave his
I
ass
had to
out
let
there.
GHB get his shine real quick, Johnny. You can't be trying to take his shine. Come on, man. Listen.
Nobody
Yo,
can take nobody can take my man Greg Shine, man.
yeah, so
He
go
run this
ahead.
internet now, man.
So
I had to
talk.
tell
Go ahead,
yeah,
Johnny.
Greg gotta get used to being a media guy, man. You know he a fighter for real.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I just vision this fight, I just don't see no way. Like, I mean, as a human, you got a human chance, but I don't just see no way that Xander gonna pull this off.
Yeah, I know.
Um, Boost to me, Boost stylistically got way more tools than Xander. He's faster. He got way more pop, and that work rate is gonna give problems.
See, same thing as well.
It's going
Yeah,
it's going to
It's
give it's
pace,
going to give
bro.
him problems when it. There's going to be too many different angles. One thing about Boots, man, I just we all see him in the gym. We all been in the gym with him. He throws at different angles, down low, up high. He is going. I just see it going
okay,
bad for the kid.
this is a good point that I want to I want Greg to touch on because Greg is somebody who sees Boots all the time. What's your opinion where everybody's saying he can't cut off the ring and he can't fight coming forward?
I
Because
mean,
I've been getting this a lot the last
Really?
couple of days.
For
I
real?
mean, I mean,
Coming
one
forward?
thing. So this is when the physics come into play, right? And the mindset comes into play. The fight that they're talking about is the first Karen fight. First of all, Karen is way better fighter than people thought. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? When it comes to skills, when it comes to survival. Karen came to America and said, I gotta put on a show. I can't let this kid knock me out. That was on his mind. Boots, on the other hand, you undercard a tank, I gotta knock him out. You know what I'm saying? So the mindset was all wrong. But guess what? He's a young man at that time. He's very young at that time. So and it's not an excuse, but in his mind, I'm gonna catch this guy and I'm gonna knock him out. Now, when you put that up against a guy who's saying, I'm not going to be knocked out, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to go looking for him. So it could appear at times he don't know how to cut the ring off because he's so anxious and he looking for a body. At the same time, right? He after that fight, he come back, he catch a body, he catch another body, whatever he did. He fights Karen again, and Karen take him 12 again. What that means to me is Karen has something that throws Boots off just a little bit, and he just be that person for you. Everybody in their career, they got is somebody that just do it. Just like, all right, if you go back and you think Shane Mosley
Vernon Forrest.
and Vernon Forrest, bro. Vernon Forrest was telling everybody, listen, I don't care what day it is. I don't care what this guy do in camp. He can't beat me. I used to beat him up in the amateurs. And guess what? So many Shane Mosley fans was ready and hype. And Vernon Forrest
Me,
went right. He went right. Yeah. He went
I
right in
set the
there
hell out of
and
him.
he went right in there and did exactly what he said he was going to do. But that's because he knew he had something for him. Now, Karen was the guy that had something for Boots as far as not being able to let Boots do what he want to do. Xander is looking to do the same thing, but from a bigger body. What people don't understand about bigger guys, even though people give credit to the bigger guys, what people don't understand about bigger guys, they slower. You know what I mean? They slower and they move in a way where I can see what you're trying to do. When you fighting a smaller guy, you're not gonna be able to see every little thing he do. You know what I'm saying? And
No,
I don't know if y'all can see this, but Eddie Chambers was considered a small heavyweight, but Eddie Chambers was so fast, so slick, these guys couldn't figure him out. You know what I
right.
mean? So Eddie was able to go in there and really have a good time. That's
Yeah,
that's the difference. Xander being a bigger guy and then bigger than Boots, I don't think it's gonna be that easy to get away from me.
it's not.
Here's what my reply is. The guy was like, Karen
Johnny,
is
your,
the
your internet, you gotta work on that internet just a little, bro. You chopping.
It's getting better now.
Nah.
Not really, but go ahead. Try to get your point across. But you gotta look at the Wi-Fi or something.
It's better now, or it's still choppy.
A little bit. A little bit.
Just go ahead.
No, what I was about to respond to the guy who commented is like, yo, Karen, the one that I was like, yo, Karen, they fought twice and Karen maybe won 2 rounds.
He didn't even win
So
one or two
how's
rounds.
that?
He didn't win
So
one or two
how's
rounds.
that
I don't think he won a round.
How's that figuring out like, oh, that's the way to beat Boots? He wasn't trying to engage the whole first fight. And y'all know, y'all been in the ring. The hardest person to knock out is somebody that's not trying to get knocked out. That's in there to survive.
That's what he just said.
So
that's-
people be tripping when they say that. If I came in and be like, yeah, we got the Karen game plan, I'm just happy to lose in the scorecards.
But you know what it is too? Like I made this point yesterday. I said this yesterday, because I've had this conversation with a lot of people who they not from this side of town, right? So we've had the opportunity to see Boots in real life since he was a kid come up. Just the same way we didn't know how good Karen might have been. There's a lot of people here in the United States who still don't know how good Boots is. There's people here who think Boots is just another slick black fighter who's cute, who does cute shit. They really don't know that this motherfucker is like generational type good. Like we might have never seen a motherfucker this good. We don't know yet. He got to let his career unfold. But there's a lot of people right now that don't know. And people gonna find out, and then it's gonna be like, everybody think it's a Philly thing, or if you on this side of town, that's the reason why. It's like, no, man, we've been watching boxing for 20-some years. I'm yet to see a motherfucker who's that fast, that sharp, who could switch, who could hit that hard, who's got that kind of speed, reflexes. I just finished saying, I don't even know how Floyd beats him at 147, and I ain't trying to dick ride. I'm just keeping it a bean. Like, that's a big, strong kid who could fucking do it all. Like, but the point is, we just have to see it now against some big names. We just, like I said, I don't know if you agree with me, but like I said, he got all the boxes checked. We just don't know about the chin, and we don't know about the heart because he never get hit. We don't know.
Now the thing about that, right? If let's say that's true, what you saying. How do we find that out in this fight? And Xander not the biggest puncher.
That's crazy.
So there you go. It's gonna be a situation where he kind of gets a little bit of props, but he ain't gonna get his flowers yet.
And that's what I'm trying to say. In this day and time, how many guys really face a big puncher? You've rare if you pay attention to the fights nowadays, it's not really like too many big punchers that's out here that's really testing these guys. You know what I mean? You getting some guys that's okay, they okay punchers, but I'm talking about some stone cold punching motherfuckers. You don't got a lot of them out here. You know what I mean?
Maybe Virgil's the only one who presents some sort of a threat as when it comes to that.
Yeah. So
You know,
when you were saying that earlier before we got on, I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, that is a good question. But at the same time, if that's true, how the fuck we gonna find that out in this fight? And this guy
Yeah.
ain't known for his punch.
Yep.
I mean, he can punch. He got a little something. Every man can punch, if you ask me. I don't care who they are, and I don't care what they records say. Every man can punch, but you know what I mean. He's definitely not a stone cold puncher. So it's like, you know what I mean. And if he plans on boxing, he definitely not looking to go out there and really sit on nothing. So
No.
how do we find that out this fight?
well, I got a question for you, but let me just go ahead and shout out my guy Lawrence. What's going on? What's up, Coach Anthony? My nephew loves your gym and your teaching. Keep it up. Let's go, Zayas. Appreciate you, bro, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. All right. So a lot of people came into this chat yesterday and they kept talking about how Zayas is a converted southpaw and how he and I
Converted
did
Orthodox.
No,
He's Orthodox. Oh, he's Southpaw?
he fights Orthodox.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
converted Orthodox. My bad. So he's really a lefty, right? So being that he utilizes his jab a lot, his favorite shot is a left hook. How does Boots deal with that?
Yeah, that could be true as well. The thing is, are you trying to knock me out with your hook, or are you just trying to score with the hook? You know what I'm saying? We talking about Xander. Xander is a good boxer. I give him his credit. He's a good boxer, and if he get you hurt, he will step on it. But it's like I don't really think he a big puncher like that. I don't think his whole game is like his punching. You know what I'm saying? I think he prides himself on his skill set and his defense. I think he like I said, he got pretty good defense. I think he thinks that he's really good, but he hasn't tested that up against really good. So tomorrow night is the night we find out a lot about both guys, I say.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I ain't been this excited for a fight in a minute. I'm glad that Boots got somewhat of a dance partner. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out
You know
tomorrow
what?
how it really is.
You know what's scary? I told people when it comes to Boots, he's gonna be way more dangerous at 154, 160.
Mhm.
I agree.
I heard. I was only in the gym. Like I couldn't get to the gym as much as usual, but this camp, I heard, boy.
What do you say? You broke up, Johnny.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I missed that one sentence.
No, I said this camp. I heard when it came to sparring and all that.
Man, I hear that shit all the time. I'm over here and I'm getting the fucking phone call. Yo, bro, this nigga got knocked out. I'm like, God damn.
No, but G will probably tell you, you be in the gym a lot. I tell people, right, when you go into camp, it's actually weird. It's different with Boots. You know how you usually people are when you want them at the peak is when they toughest. When he was going down to 147, usually they be at their peak, they toughest. I was like, no, it was actually the opposite with Boots. Even though Boots we beat people up when he's low, but I was like, you don't want him at the beginning of the camp because with that weight on, he's hurting.
Right.
He don't got to cut that much weight. He's out there hurting him.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's your thought? What's your thoughts, man? When people like, I heard Timothy Bradley, you might have heard me saying it. He said, he just hopes that Boots isn't one of these gym fighters. He would hear stories about Devin Haney doing similar things to guys in the gym, and other fighters he mentioned. I forgot who he actually mentioned, but he would mention certain guys that were just spectacular gym fighters, but under them lights, will Boots be able to keep it up? What do you think?
No, I just tell Brickhead you never seen him in the gym, so you don't know.
I mean, listen. Here's what you do. You ask the guys who've been in there. Sean Porter was a former world champion. Sean Porter knows Tim Bradley. Ask him. Boo Boo Andre, former world champion. Ask him. You know what I mean? Tell me, like, if you don't believe the things we saying, which I'm not mad at him not believing what we gotta say, but if you don't believe us, then ask the guys who've been in there who are world champions who could tell you about that caliber. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't. Tim Bradley. Sometimes he drive me crazy a little bit mentally because Tim Bradley wouldn't have got in the ring with that guy. he wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have did it. I think he would have got real smart, the same as he got smart when it came to Earl. You know what I mean? He didn't want to fuck with Earl or none of them like that, so he got up out of the game. You know what I mean? So he sometimes he makes me believe like he pretend like he kind of blind or some shit, like he can't
I
see it. And it's not like that he have to agree or but like, bro, if you can't see that this guy is the goods, then you just like in denial. You know what I
I
mean?
think I think Tim Bradley really know. I think Tim Bradley just says stuff for clickbait.
Mm.
Yeah, I think he be
Yeah,
just trying to
yeah,
he's understanding the internet, and he's understanding
yeah.
he got to get guys riled up, because he did pick Boots to
Yeah.
win this fight, and it's hard for I haven't found no real educated people tell me that Zayas is gonna win, except for my man last night, Enrique. Enrique came out with numbers.
Yeah.
I wish y'all would have seen Enrique yesterday.
He was educated by the numbers.
Yeah.
But the eye test, man, just trumps all that.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in
fact.
the pace, it's like even he was looking at his opponent list and how many wins they had and all that versus what Zayas had at 23 fights. It was a good argument that he put out.
Here's what I'll put out
When
right
you watch
here.
it trumps it all. Bro.
Here's
It
the
just
people because people be like, oh, why is he 36 fight? I was like, first of all, Zayas signed straight with Top Rank. I was like, Boots took a different route. He went with Cameron Duncan. You know how it is. He was fighting on shows every month, so it's different. So when people do that, I'll be like, y'all don't know boxing. Then they be
Yeah.
like, oh, he haven't really fought nobody. Armando Alvarez was an undefeated 18-0, his first show box. So that was a fight between two prospects. He got them right out of there. The next one was Raymond Serrano. Raymond Serrano actually won and had a draw, so he was on an actual run, and then Boots just retired, my man.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, people just go on BoxRec and just see shit. They see records. I used to say the same thing with Eddie. Eddie would have a good win, Dimitrenko, and then people will go down the line. Oh, Dimitrenko lost 2 or 3 times after that, so he wasn't shit. No, he beat Dimitrenko when he was undefeated.
Yeah.
Same thing with somebody said with Sergey Lipinets. I was like, Sergey Lipinets at that stage was a great fight for Boots. That was a test. A real champion. The
That's what I was
hard
talking
fight
about.
he had was Mikey Garcia. He retired Lamont Peterson. Had Steele Clayton last minute with a draw. It was a last minute replacement, and Boots beat the shit out of him. Then it's like, oh, now they look at his BoxRec. They seen him lose a couple more times after. Oh, he ain't nothing. No, you go to that point where it was at. That's a good fight. Then after that, Steele Clayton, a highly ranked Olympian, undefeated at the time, only one draw. That was Lipinets last second. Got him out there the second round. Oh, he ain't a nobody. That's why I don't like whoever picking the numbers and all that shit. He don't know what he's talking about. So tell him to stop BoxRec checking and really go look.
So let me ask you about this, man. Another fight that I'm interested about, man, which is Yuri Cedino, right? Yuri Cedino and Jihad Tucker, man. Talk to me, man. What y'all think?
That's a tough fight.
I watched Yuri yesterday. This motherfucker could punch, man. I didn't realize how good of a puncher he was. I never really watched him fight before. But I like Jihad Tucker. I like him. I think he's got some crafty shit to him. You know what I mean? So what y'all think?
I seen them both spar Boots. I like Yuri and his brother. He came down to the brother, I believe. Was it Yuri or it was the brother that sparred Shakur, I think. Yuri, he's just like he's a physical tough dude. He gonna keep on coming and stuff like that for sure. It's gonna be a tough. Now Jihad Tucker. The thing about Jihad Tucker is to beat Yuri, you need that like slick style and all that. But I don't believe Jihad Tucker is that slick. It's going to be a good fight. That's the fight I'm actually thinking like, damn, it's 50-50. I think Jihad Tucker is probably a little bit more skilled, but Yuri's just a dog. He's gonna be right there the whole time. It's gonna be a good fight. Like I actually seen them both in the gym.
So what you thinking, Greg? Who you got? Or what's your thoughts on the fight?
I think Yuri, like Johnny said, man, physical guy, strong, and he one of them guys that he knows he's strong. The thing is, though, I don't like the mindset. I don't like where he at like mentally. He looked like he overlooking Jahad Tucker. And I can understand why, because he knows Jahad Tucker is not the biggest puncher. But Jahad Tucker is very active. He lets his hands go. And for a middleweight, he has welterweight speed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even like a lightweight. His hands are very fast to be at middleweight. So I think this is gonna be a hell of a fight. It might be it might be the best fight on the card. It might be the best matchup because they not just fighting for the win. They fighting to be like spoke about. Like they want to be one of the guys. They both want to be to the point where they making some good money. And Jahad Tucker done been in there enough times with enough tough guys to really be like, all right, you know what I mean? You know, he we know him, but he need that one win that's gonna be like
Yeah.
Jahad Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Because they was trying to throw him in there with Yo-Yo Hernandez, and he did the smart thing. He was trying to negotiate their asses off, and I appreciate that because that let me know he wasn't stupid. But this fight, he want to win, but I feel like he's too emotional too at the same time, and I can understand why. But it's like, bro, just go in there and box and make it an easy fight. Yuri can hurt him if he try to sit in there and fight with Yuri, but if he box, I think he could pull it off.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Jahad Tucker, man. I like to see him win,
Yeah.
but I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, this is gonna be a tough fight for him.
Hell of a fight.
It's gonna be a tough fight. Now you think about Yuri though, even though he's strong and everything, he do look like he a little bit sloppy though. Like he can't get touched. You know, when he fought that last kid he fought, he dropped him twice in the first round. And then after that, once that dude made some adjustments, he was able to last the whole fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, he gets a little bit, he's like his footwork's a little off, if you ask me, but he's still a good puncher though. He's good. Yeah, man. And how about the Ben Whitaker fight?
I like that fight too because you got a guy in Papa who's experienced and he been in some mean rumbles and he been in there with some good names and I think he could really test Ben Whitaker. The problem is with Ben Whitaker, he's like the fucking prototype like type of frame that you want for a light heavyweight. You know what I mean? 6'3", almost 6'4", good speed, good agility, good athleticism. You know what I mean? And he can punch too. So it's like that's what makes it hard when you fucking with Ben Whitaker. You know what I mean? I like Ben Whitaker to win, but I'm also banking on Papa to make it a good fight.
Yeah, yo, Johnny, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What you
Y'all can
thinking?
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I need to see more. I need to see more of Papa. That fight. I need to see more of Papa to really determine that fight. I know Ben Whitaker. We just need to see him. I just need to see more of him. If he's, I know he had that one fight where he basically threw himself out the ring, basically quit, but he came back with a good knockout against the same opponent. I just need to see more of him. I need to see more of him. I like Ben Whitaker's style. I think they're entertaining. We'll see. I'm interested to see if this guy push him and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, man. So I mean, there you have it. That's basically the whole card, man. I mean,
Emiliano.
Oh, we got him too. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
He got a good opponent.
Yeah, Bryce Mills, tough kid.
Yeah. Okay. What y'all thinking on that?
I think Bryce Mills is a tough kid. I think he got okay skills. The problem is I think he's gonna be too slow on his feet. I think Emiliano is like too electrifying for him. I think the hand speed, the skill set, uh, the sneaky power, I think is gonna be too much for Bryce. But I do think Bryce is gonna take him deep, like into like 8-9. You know what I mean? 8-9 before something bad happens. I think if Emiliano do beat Bryce the way I think he gonna knock him out late, like stop him late.
Yeah, I was thinking mid to late.
Yeah, I never seen the kid fight, so I can't talk on it. We got boxing talk. What's going on, champ? You?
His mic muted.
Mike muted. Let me try this link right here. Yo.
No, he got
I'm gonna kick you, bro, and you come back in. You heard? Just come back in, boxing talk, because you wasn't saying nothing. Yeah, man, I haven't seen any of them other kids fight. I know you looking like, yo, who the fuck is that? We gotta start watching more boxing. Yo. I became a casual over the years.
Hey, listen, I'm listening to Greg. I know Johnny on internet.
Yeah, Johnny know every motherfucker.
I'm listening to Greg coming out.
Yeah, Greg know every fighter in boxing.
I'm like, who is he? I'm like, yo, you man. Send me some shit.
Gina Mix now, man. He's a full media right now, man.
Nah, facts.
Yeah,
I start doing my homework on some of these other guys. You know what I mean? I've really just been excited about 2 fights on that card tomorrow, but that's about it. Like,
shit, that's all I know.
Yeah.
Shit,
all the matches, good matches though.
Yeah, going back when I think you mentioned earlier, like Xander, I think it was more of like Top Rank took it to certify that deal, because you remember Top Rank didn't have a deal till they took that fight and made it and got that DAZN deal.
All right, boxing talk, you there, Wayne?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, I've been watching Boots and Xander. I've been watching Xander for a little while. I've been watching Boots for a little while, right? My question is, Boots got 35 fights, Xander got 23 fights, but they got the same amount of rounds in the ring. They got the same amount of rounds. Boots got 120 and Xander got 124. So I'm like, okay, they got the same amount of rounds. And people say, well, Boots got all this more experience over Xander. I don't see it, because I seen Boots fight his last 7 or 8 fights. And I ain't never seen a man been challenged before. I ain't never seen him get challenged in the ring and he got 35 fights. It seems like he got a lot of showcase fights. Like, where are the challenges at? And I look at Xander, and he started at 16, and I'm looking at his fights, and I seen Xander in some fights, fights. Well, and I'm like, hold on. He's been in some fights, and Boots is 35-0 with 31 knockouts, but where's the challenges at? All my years of watching boxing, I've been around boxing for a long time. I ain't really never seen nobody that had that many fights that has not been challenged in the ring yet.
Well, it's if you look at Roy Jones' career, they were saying a lot of this about Roy Jones too. Like, oh man, we ain't never seen him challenged. Then he got dropped by Lou Del Val. I'm telling you, back at it when he was at 75, especially.
But Roy was challenged way before he got to 75, though.
He might have had some.
Yes, he was.
But even then, he passed them all with flying colors.
Yeah,
Boots is in that same category. He does that.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
Roy was challenged by James Toney before he got to 175.
But I think, what was the scorecard? It was like 8-4, 9-3. I think
he was still challenged by Roy Jones, though. James Toney.
I'm a big James Toney fan, so
he fought Bernard Hopkins.
But he beat them 8-4, 9-3. He wasn't.
But he fought up and coming fighter in Bernard Hopkins that can fight.
No.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Greg.
So Wayne, what I want you to do, Wayne, is pay attention to the errors, right? And it wasn't you that brought up Roy Jones. I understand that, but look at the errors. Roy Jones came up in an error where you kind of had to fight. And I'm not saying it's not like that now. What I'm saying is now everybody's avoiding the challenging fights most of the time because they trying to get that perfect record going. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. If I'm so much better than you, you're not going to be a challenge anyway. It don't matter. Listen, hold on. Just relax. Just relax and let me finish it real quick. If you saying no, right? Like I just said, Xander was 16 years old. They're not going to put a full-blown killer on him because they're going to fuck up the investment.
Correct.
Hold on, let me talk. They're going to fuck up the investment. The reason you seeing challenges because you watching a kid fight grown men. So these fights are more challenging than they normally would be if he was the same age. Now, Boots, did he have some fights where it was like guys he would wipe out? Yeah, because that's how his deal was set up. That's
It's
what
called
Johnny was trying.
showcase fights.
Hold on. You could call it. Listen.
That's
You
what
could
it's
call it
called.
whatever. Listen, what I'm saying. You could call it whatever you want to call it. Just listen to me first, and then you
I've
can
been
say
around
whatever
boxing a
you.
long time.
No,
I've
no.
been in the
Listen, I
gyms,
understand. I
so I
understand,
know
bro.
how
Just
this stuff works.
I understand. I'm just asking for you to let me talk so I don't
Go
lose
ahead.
my
Go
my
ahead.
train of my
Go ahead.
train of
Go ahead.
thought. What
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is when you move me into the rankings now and I fight a Castillo Clayton who's ranked number 15 and I knock him out, is that Booth's fault? If you move me into the rankings even higher and I fight Sergey Lipinets, who did beat Lamont Peterson, who was an Olympian, is that my fault
Well,
that I
Sergey
beat him up?
Lipinets coming from a
So
lower weight class. Come on
listen
now.
to
Come on
who
now.
you saying
Sergey
that, but
Lipinets
you
was coming
saying
from a
that,
lower weight class.
but you saying,
140
but
is his
listen to
best
what I'm
weight.
saying. But you saying that like
I
James
know
Tony
this
didn't.
stuff.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. You saying that like James Tony didn't go to cruiserweight and beat a cruiserweight. That
Okay.
happens. That was
Okay.
okay. He was a 160 pounder.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Okay,
but
so
hey,
guys,
Okay. But
so
look,
guys,
but hold on.
hold on,
Lipinets is not James
hold
Tony
on,
though.
hold
Lipinets
on.
is not James Tony though, my
Hold
nigga.
Wayne,
Come
on,
on. They're
Wayne,
not in
but
the
Wayne,
same
Wayne.
class.
but bro, just listen to what I'm saying to you. Just listen to what I'm saying to you. Skill wise, let's take all the bullshit out of it.
Uh-huh.
Skill wise, he's still a better fighter than these guys. So because they getting knocked out by him, he wrong for that.
No. He's not wrong for that. What I'm
So
telling
when
you
you
is
say
this. If you look at
hold on.
Xander's last 5 fights, he's been challenged.
Listen to
you know
what
His
I'm
why he's
last
been
saying.
five
But
challenged?
you
fights.
but you
Hold
hold
on,
on,
hold on, Greg.
hold on. Just
Hold
let
on.
me hold on.
Go
Let
ahead,
me
go. All
say
right,
this.
go ahead, go
You
ahead, go
said
ahead.
his
One more.
last you said his last 5 fights he's been
Yeah,
challenged. But you
he's
don't
been challenged.
but listen to what I'm saying, brother. But just listen to me. You don't know the last 5 guys. You don't know them.
No. I watched the fights and he's
No,
been
you watched them.
challenged.
Hold on,
Wait,
listen what you saying. Hold on, listen to what you
Do you
saying.
know who they
You
were?
said you said you
No,
watched him
I
get
didn't know they rankings or nothing.
Listen
He's
to
been
what I'm saying,
challenged.
brother. Listen to what I'm saying, though, brother. Just listen to me. You said I watched him get challenged, but you don't
Yes.
even know who those guys are.
That's
I
my
don't have to
point,
know they rankings. I looked at the fight and
No,
the fights
no,
was
no,
challenging fights.
no.
and
Listen to
that's
what I'm.
because of his. You know, let me go. Go ahead, Greg.
That's
Listen
because
to
of
what.
his
Listen.
who? That's
hold up.
because of
Can
his
I go
who?
real quick?
Nah,
Yo, Wayne,
nah.
Just
y'all can hear me?
go ahead.
Y'all can hear me?
I was
Y'all
trying.
can hear me?
All I'm trying to say is, listen. At the
He's
end of the
doing good.
day, if you put Michael Jordan on the court, he gonna do the thing to y'all. That's what he gonna do, cause that's what he do.
I seen Michael Jordan get challenged in the finals though versus the
Yo,
And
Utah
you see
Jazz
him, and you see
versus the
him
Wayne,
come.
Seattle Supersonics. He's
And you
been
see him
Wayne,
come
challenged.
back, and you see him come back and bust ass, and he
Yeah,
come
but
right
I'm from
back and
Chicago.
bust
I
ass.
know. I've seen all of it. I'm from Chicago. I know
Okay,
Wayne.
all of it.
okay.
But what I'm saying is,
So what I'm saying is to you, right? Even if it was supposed to be a challenge, whoever it was, skill wise, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying it like this for a reason because when he came to 54 and he was looking for the challenges, you know what
Mhm.
everybody did? They ran out the back doors.
Oh
They
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
All right, so hold on.
That's
They
what we all
did.
say.
Hold,
We
hold,
all
Wayne,
try to create a
Wayne,
boogeyman. We
Wayne,
all
let
Wayne,
me
want to try
No,
to
talk.
no,
create a
no,
boogeyman
no,
in
no,
Wayne,
boxing,
G, let
Wayne.
me
no.
talk.
and we
Listen,
know
G,
there's
let me
no
talk.
such thing as a
G,
boogeyman in boxing. There's
listen,
no such thing.
listen.
G,
But
let me
listen,
talk.
you don't have to believe it because guess what? They fighting tomorrow. So we'll come
No, I
back.
know that. I know
We
that.
could
I
come
know
back
that.
on
I
this
know that.
channel.
Yeah,
So
I
we
know
could
that.
come back on this channel after tomorrow, and then I'll ask
I
you what
like
you
the
think.
same box.
But yo, but I want to ask you a question,
Yo,
Wayne. Wayne, can I ask
Ask
you a
me a
question?
question. Go ahead.
If Boots goes in there tomorrow, right?
hmm hmm
Hypothetically, does what we believe and
hmm
dominates.
hmm
What's going to be your rebuttal to that? Was that a challenge or was that just another showcase fight?
No, it's not going to be a showcase fight because Xander Zayas is a unified champion, man. It's not a showcase fight.
So
Okay.
hold
He's a
on.
unified.
So, so,
He's a unified champion. He's a guy that's been groomed pretty good. Coming up in his career, he got 23 fights. Yes, he only got 23 fights, but he's been groomed pretty well though. He's been moved
Wayne,
along pretty well. So he's a
Wayne, y'all
pretty
can hear
good,
me?
and he's technically good, and he's
Wayne,
very
So,
technically
so you're,
good.
so you, so
Wayne,
what
y'all
would
can
be
hear
your
me?
so
opinion?
belts
What would
are
be
what
your opinion on
define.
Boots if that happens? I'm just curious. What would be your opinion on him now after that if he wins tomorrow?
If he go in there like y'all say he gonna do and blow him out, that's impressive. Cause
Oh,
that's a unified champion he blowing out.
Wayne,
Shit, that's impressive.
okay.
But
Wayne,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
Well,
say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. See, the reason why I say this is because I seen Boots in the fight with that Karen guy. in the first fight.
We knew
The
that.
first fight when that Karen guy was moving on him and he couldn't cut off the ring. I'm like, hold on. I can see if the guy's moving away from you for the first 3-4 rounds and you don't cut him off, but you have to make an adjustment and cut that ring off because after a while, you have to be able to go get him.
You know,
and the way to do that is to use your jab and your feet together to cut off the real estate. What Boots was trying to do was trying to knock the man out with power shots, leaning over his front foot heavy and couldn't catch the guy because he didn't want to make the adjustment to use his jab and be patient.
Let me talk real quick. Yo, Wayne, can you
Wayne.
Dude, let me get him real quick, man.
Man, y'all can talk boxing with me, man. I've been around this stuff for a long time.
Hold on.
I know how it goes.
Hold on, one time, y'all. Listen.
I know how it goes.
Wayne, I'm not trying to be smart when I ask you this question. I ain't trying to be smart.
Yep.
You ever been in a fight?
Yeah. I had 2 professional fights.
Listen to me. Hold on, listen to me. Just hear me out. You said you had 2 professional fights, right?
Yeah, and I sparred a lot of rounds.
Hold on. So what you telling me? Right now on this phone? What you telling me right now on this phone? In those fights, everything that crossed your mind, you was able to do it?
No, you can't do everything that cross your mind. No, you can't. You're right. You can't do everything that cross your mind. But if a man continuously doing the same thing over and over again, you have to make an adjustment. It's an IQ thing. It's an IQ thing.
Hold on. Have you ever fought in an arena with 20,000 people?
No.
So if you don't know what that feels like to hear people screaming while you fighting and you trying to
what that got to do with anything, Greg? That you can't make an adjustment. What that got to do with anything? 20,000 people.
I didn't say.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Greg. You fought before. Greg, you fought before. You can't even hear the crowd when you fighting. I couldn't even hear the crowd when I was fighting.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're that you saying he couldn't. I mean, I'm not saying that he couldn't make the adjustment. What I'm saying is what you lost, what you didn't hear in the beginning of the conversation when we first started talking about earlier. This man, Karen, that you talking about, he has it embedded in his brain that tonight I will not get knocked out by this motherfucker. Not tonight. I'm not letting it happen. Now, in your mind, you saying, I don't care what happens, I'm knocking him out. I don't care what I gotta do. You're not even thinking about your footwork. You're not even doing.
Well, his father was frustrated in the ring, told the man to cut the man ring off. Cut the ring off. He kept telling Boots to cut the ring off. He kept telling Boots to cut the ring off.
Did he lose the fight?
No. He dominated the fight. He dominated the fight. He dominated.
What are we talking about?
But Greg, you know just like I know. You have to make an adjustment to somebody moving in the ring. Because if you fight somebody at a higher level that can move in the ring, at a higher level, you're going to have problems.
Y'all going in a circle? Can I talk? Y'all going in a circle? Can I say like 2 words real quick? Give me 30 seconds. All I want to say is this. In the words of Terrence the Boat Buck Crawford, we going fishing. He said anybody can be a nobody. Or anybody can be a nobody. So you never know what any of these names are going to be. I done seen people, Manny Pacquiao was a replacement fighter who got knocked out and became one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. Ricardo Torres came and gave Miguel Cotto problems if you watch that fight. You never know who anybody is. Chukwuka moved a lot. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, and I'm being real. I'm not even a Boots fan, but I'm 1,000% sure Boots about to beat that ass. He about to touch them butt cheeks. He getting some man booty tomorrow. He gonna get some man booty. He gonna like it. Pause. Listen, Xander Zayas don't got nothing that is capable of stopping Boots tomorrow. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not a fan, but I just watch it. Just watch it. You talking about they ain't got fights? Look. Whenever little black fighters, and I'm gonna be racist, little black fighters come up, they become great. Every little black fighter I say move up in weight, start dominating them big weights because they said, look what Shakur Stevenson did to what the frick his name? Teofimo Lopez. Look what Terrence the Boat Buck Crawford we going fishing just did to Canelo Alvarez. Look what Mayweather did to everybody. Mayweather made every A fighter look like a C fighter. So just because y'all think that Boots ain't, when he come in tomorrow, he trying to get a pound for pound. Boots is like a fight away from having a name. You know what he see when he sings at his highest? A stake. He see a name. He about to knock this man out. He even look bigger than him.
He finna knock him out. He finna run him over. It's finna be 12-0. Okay.
He ain't gonna run him over. He about to how you say poop on him in a good way? What's the D word saying dookie on somebody? He about to dookie on this man. He gonna treat him like a prison cellmate. He gonna pull his pocket out. He gonna make Xander Zayas high while he walking around the ring 10 times.
All I want to know is if it's a close fight. I don't want to hear nobody say
it ain't gonna be close. It's gonna be a blowout.
Hold on. It's two sides of the coin. It's two sides of the coin, not just your side. It's the other side too. It's the other side of the coin too. The other side of the coin is that he can go in the fight and Xander Zayas can be better than what he thought he was. That can also happen. Both things can happen.
Yo, can I talk, bro?
Both things can happen.
Ain't no insurance. He gonna get his ass whooped. Boots can drive a legal. Boots can drive it. He can drive all type of drugs in his car, and he ain't gonna get pulled over by Xander Zayas. He about to beat that ass.
Okay, you sound like a super fan.
Boots can go through your country with warrants. He can walk through a prison with warrants, and Xander Zayas can be a police officer. He gonna beat that ass.
You a super fan. I can see that you a super fan. Hey, but like I said, like you said, any fighter can be.
I'm not a fan.
Like you said, any fighter can be good on any given night. Just like you said, any fighter can be good on any given night.
Yo, Wayne, can I talk real quick finally? Because y'all niggas is
go ahead.
You talking about about opponents and all that? Who the hell did Xander Zayas fight? And don't it look worse than when you work and you don't even know their names? The way you talking?
I don't have to know their names. I've seen the fights. I don't have to know their names.
So just because I tell you right now, the same people that Xander Zayas fought, Boots would have got them right out over there, and you would have been like, "Oh, they're just opponents." They're just showcase fights.
This how I know you don't know nothing about boxing. You don't say what somebody else would do with somebody else's resume because it don't work like that. You don't say what somebody else gonna do with somebody else's resume. That's the reason why they're gonna beat them. That's not how it goes. Boxing is not that lineal. Boxing don't go like that. Boxing don't go like that. Because I heard a lot of people say that Earl Spence could have beat anybody on Terrence Crawford record. That's why he's gonna beat Terrence Crawford. And I told people for years that when he go in there, he's gonna destroy Earl Spence, and that's what happened. And it's on my channel. So I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I know this stuff. I know boxing. I know boxing.
So you don't know Jaron who's about to beat that ass. What's wrong with
you? Don't say that somebody else gonna beat somebody else on their resume. Therefore, they're gonna beat them.
On record, bro.
That's not how boxing works.
Boxing
don't work like that. Boxing don't work like that. You have to beat the man in front of you. It don't work. Your resume can't fight for you,
bro. Are you listening to yourself? You came at Boots' resume. You was like, "Oh, he wiped out."
I said he's never been challenged. I said he's never been challenged
because his ability is he's never been challenged. It's not because of his.
It's not because of his ability. Because he's never been challenged.
Yes, it is.
I've seen Terrence Crawford challenged plenty of times. Man, even though he's great, I seen him challenged. I seen him challenged.
By who? Who did you see Terrence?
He was challenged by
Green Machine.
The Green Machine. Gamboa challenged him. Mean Machine challenged him.
Because Gamboa lost to Devin Haney. Gamboa lost to every welterweight, every lightweight coming up after that.
But he challenged Terrence Crawford that night. He challenged Terrence Crawford that night. So I don't care what you're talking about. He challenged him that night.
He still lost to every lightweight after that.
It doesn't matter that he lost. He got challenged. He got challenged.
Javante challenged. Javante knocked him out.
He got challenged.
Quick question.
I like to see fighters get challenged.
Javante knocked him out after that.
So
Javante.
Hold up.
So hold on. I gotta mute my man Wayne and Good Tech because y'all don't let nobody else talk. So go ahead, Eddie. Let
no, I'm gonna say I understand what you're saying, what both of y'all are saying. But if a guy is as talented as he is, and every single challenge that was put in front of him that was supposed to be a challenge, he passed with flying colors, how does that make him less ready for this fight than the other guy? Doesn't make sense. His record, just because he's dominated guys, doesn't make him any less good than what we're saying. You know what I mean? We use the gym, and what we've seen him do in the gym is a nice barometer too to what he can do. And we talk about there's names I'm not going to say that he's knocking out from fucking 135 pounds all the way up to heavyweight. The kid is the goods, bro. And I understand what you're saying. And the reason why I brought up Roy Jones is because there was many times people said Roy Jones was fighting nobody. And Roy Jones' famous line is not that I'm fighting nobody, it's that I make them look like nobody's. You understand
Eddie,
what I'm saying?
You're Eddie.
That's the truth.
Hold up, Cole, keep him mute real quick. Eddie, there's no point of even talking because I realized who just came up was hardcore Terrence Crawford fan, and he's like that because they always looked at Boots as a threat.
Oh,
So
maybe.
that's why I'm just like, I'm not even debating him no more. I already knew who I was talking to because I was trying to get logical, and I'm like, all right, just retire with Terrence Crawford, bro. Like, you know.
It is what it is. I just wanted to get that out.
I'm gonna let Wayne and
I want to hit that.
I'm just like, man. A few more people I want to bring up. I'm gonna let y'all give y'all final words. Go ahead, bro. Wayne.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My final words is this. Like I said, when I look at boxing and I see a guy with a lot of fights, and I don't see that he's been challenged, at least challenged. I can't look at you and say you this and you that until I see you get challenged. I have to see you reach some adversity in the fight and that you got to make an adjustment to win the fight instead of you just going through the fight and just going through the motions. I don't want to see that. I want to see it's a thing called matchmaking. All these fighters have a matchmaker. And your matchmaker job is to put people in the ring with you that's going to help develop your IQ. We know Boots got past the eye test. I want to see him have an IQ. Where is his IQ level at? And maybe tomorrow he will have to bring out his IQ level. But so far, I haven't seen him have to use his IQ because all he's doing is using his physical gifts because he's so much better than the guys that they put in the ring with him. I want to see you challenged. If you go back and look at, I want y'all to do some homework. Go back and look at Sugar Ray Leonard 13, 14, to 15 to 16 fight. And you don't tell me if he was challenged. He was challenged in those fights because the matchmakers put guys in there that's going to challenge his IQ and make him make adjustments. Even though Sugar Ray Leonard had all the ability, he had crazy ability, but they start challenging him. When you have 35 fights and virtually most of them been showcase fights, it's like, what is this? And then everybody talking about he's going to be this and that. Yes, he's going to be this and that. Maybe he's going to be this and that. But if you haven't been challenged, I can't see it.
If you look at Mike Tyson's early career, there's a lot of guys you don't know, and he wasn't challenged because he was knocking everybody's head off.
I mean, if you look at a lot of fighters, man, we can look at their first 10 to 15 fights and say that about them, including guys like James Toney. Just box wreck him right now.
Yeah. There's very few guys early on.
Those guys are built that way. That's just normal.
You have to build a fighter.
I will say, Boots, I feel like Boots did get more easier fights than some of those guys, but he's been stepping up, man. Like I said, we see him boxing some of the best guys in the sport in the gym. And he making easy work of these guys, man. So we're about to find out on fight night if he could do it again.
Yeah, you're right. We're gonna see tomorrow.
We're gonna see tomorrow.
I just hope for a good fight. But I've seen him, man. I'm telling you. Not only have I seen him, I've seen it firsthand. I felt the punches. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I wasn't what I was, but at the same time, he's a phenomenal fighter, man. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying that we're not what they say, glazing this shit. I'm not doing that. I've been saying this for a long time. He's a tough one to beat. He's gonna be a tough nut to crack. I'm telling you. Pause. You're gonna see.
Yo, Wayne, bro, you've been fun to talk to, bro. I'm gonna let some other people on here, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Sure. My man Wayne, man, coming in with the
he gave G a headache. G, he be like,
he made GD.
I
tell her.
No.
I was like,
first off, I want to thank you for.
Go ahead, Taylor.
Okay, yeah. First off, thank y'all for allowing me to even come on y'all platform and speak boxing. I always appreciate that. Two, I'm trying to fight Jake Paul in a knockout fight. You can Google my name. I'm on there. I don't want to say nothing else about Jaron Ennis. The words is going to be in the pudding. And three, Papoose is cheating on Clarissa Shields with Remy Ma. Bye-bye now.
Hey, that's crazy.
He got a hell of a personality, nigga.
I fuck with him. I fuck with him. Yo, they was both good. They made listen, Johnny.
They made it fun.
See if you could get Greg back in here, Johnny. You heard?
I would need to text him. He probably got annoyed. I see why. I was like, all right.
I know why he got annoyed.
One thing I realized being around it, they attack me is the hardcore Terrence Crawford fans. That's who we was talking about. You can't talk logic to them. They're gonna have a rebuttal for anything.
Nah, but listen, you can't be mad at the people for what they're saying about the boot situation. Like
well, I'm not.
I partially agree with Wayne, because if I wasn't here on this side and I haven't had a chance to see what I've seen in person, I probably feel the same fucking way. Like, bro, who has he really fought? Like,
but I mean,
we have to.
It was the approach on how he said it just sounds silly, where he was just like, "Oh, I don't know who the guys are, but I seen Zayas get challenged, and Boots never got challenged, even though he fought I'm like, dude, the same person that Zayas fought, Boots would have wiped out, and then y'all would have been saying the same shit. Oh, it's not a challenge.
Almost like the Spanish kid he fought, Boots would have knocked him out in a couple rounds, bro.
That's the link, yo. That's the link. And Superman, you can click that link. I seen you been asking a super mammoth pause. I don't know what it is.
You know how much criticized Boots would have been if he would have had that a split decision against Baru?
Yeah.
In his hometown?
It's held to a higher standard.
That's what I'm saying. He's held to a higher standard. And that's the thing.
No, that's what I mentioned, like, Boots is going to be held to a standard like LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. Yep. No matter what, you're going to have people that criticize. Even Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, you got motherfuckers. You got motherfuckers now that still say Floyd is overrated. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Floyd passed every eye test. You know what I'm saying? And he beat more world champions than anybody. They still tell you, like, yeah, but he waited till this guy was past his prime. He ducked Antonio Margarito. Yeah. He fought Canelo when he was too young. He didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's always something.
So when you at the top, people are always going to tell you you're not good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like that with trainers. It's like that with fighters. It's like that with athletes. It's like that with no matter what.
And like, I'm not mad, like, irritated. It's just how he came about it didn't make sense. It's just how he came about it didn't make sense. Like, oh yeah, Xander didn't fight nobody, but I seen him in rough fights. Boots didn't fight nobody, and I seen him beat everybody easily. So I gotta criticize him more. Xander. I'm like, you don't make sense, bro. That should be
what happened? Why you slid?
That motherfucker was like, fuck that.
Cause
he should be looking at it like, why these turkeys?
I ain't realized, Greg. I ain't realized there was a mute button. I had to mute them so other people could talk, and they were so passionate about what they wanted to say. But go ahead.
Cause it be like this, bro. It be like this. BoxRec niggas. Ever since motherfuckers discovered BoxRec, they think they know boxing. Like, I don't give a fuck how long you've been watching boxing. If you can't see that dude is special, then you just retarded. And I don't mean to talk like that. But that's how I gotta say it, because that's how it make me feel. Because I can't come on here and say, yo, this guy's been challenged, but then I don't know the guys he fought. And I'm not saying known as in a popularity contest. I'm saying known as I don't know shit about them. I don't know nothing about these guys. And I'm saying, oh, but I seen him challenge. No, just say that you saw him in some pretty good, some even matchups. Even because his skill set is pretty similar to the other guy.
That's why I was trying to say.
That's why it's an even matchup.
Greg. What you just said, Greg, is the reason Boots doesn't have the challenges that Zayas had is because of the ability. He wasn't challenged because they couldn't challenge him. They're not on the same level. And even though they had belts before, they got top 15, top 10 rankings, they still can't challenge him. This is what I was trying to come across with and tell him, but he just wasn't trying to hear it. That's all.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, yo, these dudes don't even be listening to what they saying, because you coming on here and you looking for arguing points, but you're not even listening to what you saying. Those fights was challenging for him because that's his level. Yeah. And that's all Boots is trying to say. Those guys I would kill those guys. I'm looking for the guys that they saying would give me a challenge, but when I pulled up, everybody had a date, or everybody had an injury, or everybody had somewhere else to be. So guess what? I'm gonna take a guy in Lima who's a little bigger than a 54 pounder because he fight at 60 for real. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do to him, and then whatever opens up after that it opens up. Now Xander taking the fight wasn't all Xander. Xander taking the fight, I believe, was a part of Top Rank becoming a part of the Zone. You know what I mean? Once they partnered up with them, yo, bro, if y'all gonna come over here, y'all know what y'all gotta do. y'all gotta mix and match these fighters because we need big fights. In order to get people to pay for a subscription or to pay for pay-per-views, we need the type of fights that can make that happen. Xander and Boots is that type of fight. So right away, they gave him the money and they made the fight. Now I appreciate Xander for taking the fight because he could have took something else. But the thing is, bro, you're gonna see the separation in this fight when it comes to skills, when it comes to ability, like you saying, the power, all that. You're gonna see the difference. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I gotta
Ain't
say,
got
we
no
agree with
argument
you.
here,
And,
brother.
and going to that point, y'all, if y'all trying to get the fight for the low, go ahead and click that link. You get a little discount. You got to use promo 5, and you can go ahead and watch that fight on the zone. You save a couple dollars. Make sure you click that link. Don't say Coach Anthony don't ever look out for y'all, giving y'all my contacts and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Hey, Ant,
bro.
hey, Ant, you know what my problem is with today's boxing? People don't go to local fights. They only wait for something to hit the TV. I
Yeah.
remember watching Eddie Chambers at the Blue Horizon
Yeah.
and then watching Eddie Chambers on TV. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there where I seen guys up and coming, and I seen the shit they went through on a smaller level, and then got to the higher level, and then and I actually got to see what made them special. I knew it why they were special, but when they got up there, I knew why they were special because I'm seeing you in there with another special fighter.
Yeah.
We're not disrespecting Xander. We just saying he not the one.
He's
He
not
not
that
the
good.
one, bro. You know what I'm
He's
You
not
saying?
gotta
that
think, man. This is an area
good.
where boxing is a prominent sport. So you know
We
we
see it.
blessed to be on this side where you know you're gonna see the next world champion at some point in these smaller venues where these other guys they don't see that often. And,
That's really true.
and then when you got Puerto Rican fighters, I mean Puerto Rico is a country that supports its own pretty heavy. I'm Puerto Rican, so I know. So they're gonna get behind him, win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? As long as he goes out there and he tries his best and he reps and he reps, you know what I mean? They
Right,
gonna say, fuck it, we with you, you know what I mean? But
right.
I think most people who know boxing know that this is an uphill battle for them. And anybody who's shitting on Boots, I just think they don't know what the fuck. They just don't know what we know. And we can't listen. I work with some fighters sometimes. Every once in a while, I'll do Mitt Work with somebody, or I'll train a fighter who got 10, 11 pro fights. And I'm surprised at how much they don't know. I'm like, how you don't know this, bro? Like, you got 11 pro fights. I'm fucking confused. I'm like, I don't even got 11 pro fights, and I know this shit. How you don't know this shit? You know what I'm trying to say? And so how can we expect people who don't know shit to know what we know? I'm teaching motherfuckers who know how to box shit. So these motherfuckers ain't never boxed. They don't even know what they looking at yet. You know what I mean? So they gonna find out. They gonna find out.
I would rather.
Yo,
I would just rather people educate themselves before they come arguing, because when you're not listening to nothing that another person is saying, that means you already coming in believing every little thing you believe, and you ain't willing to listen to shit. That's not really a debate. That's really like you just trying to prove a point, and the point you trying to prove is really unproven because you about to watch a guy in his toughest fight ever that you siding with. This is the toughest fight probably of his career. This kid, people don't
Is
understand,
this,
bro.
is this the toughest fight of Boots' career?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
So who's a tougher fight that Boots has fought?
I think listen, I think Lipinets was tougher. I think Villa was tougher. I think what's my man name? What's damn? I think Karen was tougher. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Karen was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you say. He a gangster. You know what I mean? I think those fights was tougher. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? And I think the guys was tougher because of their mentality. But listen to what I'm getting ready to say. I ain't gonna keep rapping. My bad, y'all. But we live in a time where these dudes is soft. These dudes is soft. We got to be real. This kid might take the type of ass whooping where we might not see him again. He might say, and you know
I know.
why?
I was thinking that myself. I'm like, damn, bro. I hope he don't, because I like Xander, bro. Like
But you know
after
why?
listening to him.
You know why I'm saying that though, Ant? He really was engaging in a lot of modeling during this camp. And I get it. You trying to get your profile up and you trying to touch into other fields and make some money. I get it. But he really was modeling like he was, like this is about to be my main thing. If this don't work. If this don't work, then I can always be a model. That was kind of his approach. So I think, bro, if he take a bad enough beating, he might hang it up after this.
Dang.
Yeah, that's
Johnny,
crazy.
Johnny, you there?
This era is
Yeah,
different,
I'm here.
bro.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, bro. You know, and I was thinking that too, man, because you know, with Boots, we know it can get real scary in there for guys. And I was saying that, man, like, damn, bro, what if he fuck up this shit? Because after watching this kid, yo, Johnny, you gotta fix that internet phone, whatever you got.
He got some shit.
Better now?
I think it's in the background.
You got
Is it better now?
Yeah,
that was better. It's like I heard an echo. Yeah.
No, I was trying to tell G it wasn't no point even debating with him because he was a hardcore Terrence Crawford fan. They don't be trying to listen, so I just like let that go.
Yeah, but I wasn't even talking about Good Buddy. I was talking about the boy.
No, that's the boy.
No. He was talking about
I fuck with Good Buddy.
Wayne.
He's talking about
Wayne, him.
Wayne. Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? Terrence Crawford fans didn't become Terrence Crawford fans until he beat Earl Spence. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is very true.
I think Terrence Crawford, he had the hardcore fans, but they're more on the lash out after he beat Earl Spence. But he has a fan base that don't. I'll be betting on him because his fan base. I'll be like, y'all really don't support because y'all be out here streaming. Don't put money in his pocket.
Yeah.
Real shit.
You got them. Once he said Terrence Crawford got Gamboa and all that, I was like, all right, I know who I'm talking to. So I'm gonna let you.
But listen, but hold on. He called Lipinets a smaller guy. What was Gamboa?
Smaller guy. That's right.
When Gamboa came to America and turned pro, he was 126 pounds. He fought Bud at 35.
Yeah.
So come on, man. That's what I'm saying.
Warm up and motherfuckers back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People just be coming up with shit, bro.
And
just saying shit.
Fought Tion. I think did he fight Tion?
No, that
was Ricky.
That was
El
Jacob. My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was Rigendahl. But still, man, people just be saying shit, man.
Yeah, so he was saying, "Oh, you gotta get hurt or get beat up to show that you really." I'm like, "What are you talking about, boy? It show that this dude is just that good." Oh, he didn't fight nobody. I was like, then he was like, Xander. I don't know who Xander fought, but he's in tough fights. That should be even more of a red flag for you if you going off of that. But he wasn't trying to listen.
If you're looking at guys who are B-class fighters giving him a hard time, what the fuck you think is gonna happen when you meet an A+? You know what I'm saying? And
not even B class though, Eddie. Not even B class.
Damn. he said less than that.
Yeah,
I'm talking about skill wise.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the thing is, it's like there's more to it than just skill. And that's what some of these guys get. Like you said, B class would be overall, but not skills. Skill might be C or D. But
like I don't even think the dude Baru was that good. I think he was more of a lick. All right, let's do this. Hometown. I think Xander, he fought for a vacate the first one. Then he fought Baru in Puerto Rico. He won by split decision. It was a tough fight. I thought he outworked him a little bit, but Baru ain't that like type killer dude.
Yeah.
And he right there for you.
Yeah.
Making good points.
So that's what I was like, people don't be trying to listen. That's why I was like, when they come in, it's like they come with already emotion.
You see that shit? For real?
He said Boots getting frustrated and losing focus tomorrow. Yeah, but based off of what? Based off what?
Wow. Well, I mean, you gotta give me a reason why, brother. He's got to find a way to make that happen.
That sounds like a hope and a prayer, a wish and a prayer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what that sounds like.
It's coming out of nowhere with nothing to back it.
Yeah, you got to tell me why he's going to get frustrated.
The problem with these guys is that they haven't seen him tested or pushed beyond the limit. He hasn't lost a round his whole career. So when people see that, somebody going, he hasn't been tested, he hasn't been pushed. The reason he hasn't been is because they can't. It's going to be the same thing tomorrow. Unfortunately, I would love to see Xander make it an interesting fight, at least make it interesting. But I just don't think he will.
Let me ask you a question, man. What happens if Xander wins tomorrow? Before we
And then he's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter.
what happened to Boots' career?
Boots got to get back on his horse and get nasty.
It's the only thing you can
Yeah.
do. I just don't know if it can happen. It can't.
Nah, I know. I gotta be the devil's advocate and know, because with all the people who doubt Boots, and then if he was to lose to a guy like Xander for whatever reason.
It's funny. I had this conversation, right? I had this conversation with these fans, right? Internet make people think they know everything. They got more access. They think now you see it's a fanager era because of internet, right? All the fighters we praised before eras, the 80s and 90s. I was like, yo, if it was Tommy Hearns, as much as we praise him, if he was in his internet era, you know how much they would have been on? Oh, yeah, he got no chin. Oh, yeah, Roberto Duran. Oh, yeah, he's a bitch. He quit. Yeah. It's more pressure with this internet era.
That's true.
Muhammad Ali lost. Everybody lost. It's just a different type of pressure. Now you getting mean. And then as an athlete or a person, if you look at influencers, they see the shit, the internet, they see the trolls and all that. That's why I was like, it's just a different type of era. So they're waiting, they hoping, they praying that Boots lose so they can do a bunch of memes and
misery loves company.
Yeah, so this is the type of era and type of, that's why I tell people the different type of standards these athletes going against it. In football, you'll see a quarterback go to the Super Bowl and lose, even though they had a whole good year, they get mean for losing the Super Bowl. So it's just a different type of, they just can't wait. And then, being around it, I see it all the time. That's why I said it was both Terrence Crawford and Earl. Earl fans kind of died down a little bit after the Terrence Crawford fight, but their fan base, even them as a team, are pissed off and get irritated because they see Boots as a threat.
Well,
you got mad if you take this Crawford. Imagine going everywhere, even fighting Canelo. Then the media come up to you and ask about Jaron Ennis. You go on Breakfast Club, Jaron Ennis. Stephen A. Smith, Jaron Ennis.
Yeah,
it's
going to get annoying after a while.
Yeah, it's triggering. It's triggering them. That's why you have managers. They make some type of excuse. Now they talking crazy because he retired and shit, and they see that little Gillian Wallow and what you call. Now they talking crazy because they know they most likely not going to fight.
Yeah.
So that's why I just be like, when I tell them, man, when I was like, oh, you're just a Terrence Crawford fan, just retire with him, man. Just love to see this kid coming up. Your guy's retired. If you really emotional, you should be begging for him to come back to fight Boots. But Terrence Crawford, they're 40 years old, just retired. Cool. Boots is not even looking forward to it no more. Mm-hmm. That's why I say with the people like him. Like, trust me, I see it all the time. And you know me, Eddie and G. When they troll, I could double troll it. I'll be hurting feelings.
I think we know that. I think we know.
I had the boy Bernie ready to cry on the joint for Cap.
Who?
The boy Bernie, that's G-Man.
Oh.
That's Terrence Crawford, like his spit bucket guy, because they making up lies and shit.
Jesus fucking Christ! Yeah, these dudes. Yeah, this might have been one of the most entertaining lives that we had. I think.
If you go in Mill City, he was crying.
Crying?
Yeah, he was all yelling at the because they try to make a narrative saying they off like Boots had a chance. No, he didn't have a chance. Y'all didn't offer him. Stop lying. Stop capping. Oh, the WBO. No, if he stood in the WO, y'all still want to fall him. Oh, well, he should have. They made up a code. Oh, well, Terrence Crawford got stripped of the IBF. The reason he got stripped because y'all didn't want to fight Boots. Y'all moved up. Cool. He never had a chance to fight you. He actually got caught up in them politics. But Bud and Earl. So it's just reality, and it's like you can see the wall is blue, but they saying it's red. Like that's how his fans are. So I ignore it. I just look like I let the boy talk. Once he mentioned Crawford, I was like, all right, I know what it is. He automatically gonna have hatred towards Boots. He want to see Boots lose so he could be like, oh, he was never as good as Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, that's a fact. I'm about to end this, John, because tomorrow's gonna be a long day, Johnny. I know you're gonna be in the city, so I'll see you up there.
Y'all definitely going up?
Yeah, 100%. We're gonna be there at some point. So I'll hit you tomorrow, bro, and we're gonna get up there.
All right, young fella.
My boy Johnny Ortiz, my man Greg Hackett. We had who else? Who was the other guys? That we had my man Wayne, and then we had the other
Taylor.
Oh yeah. It was a dope live.
Yo, bring that motherfuckers back.
So anyway, guys, it's pretty obvious. Everybody over here has picked Jaron Boots Ennis to win tomorrow. However, I'm looking forward to Xander Zayas challenging him. I hope he does. I really hope he does. I've been saying this ever since I started watching Xander recent interviews and stuff, that I think he's very well spoken. I think that he's being guided by older people and he's actually listening to his team. He's got superstar qualities as far as how he presents himself, but all that being good and great and everything, that's not going to win a boxing match. You know what I mean? I think when it comes down to a fight, I just think that Jaron Boots Ennis is the better fighter. However, I have grown to like Xander. I hope he does well tomorrow. I hope he leaves the ring healthy tomorrow. I hope both fighters leave the ring. Both fighters leave the health fight. What the deal? Yo, what is going on? That's how you know I need to cut this live, bro. I'm tired now. Both fighters leave the ring healthy tomorrow. Because they both got a lot of boxing left. You know what I mean? Xander being 23, Boots being 28, 27, 28. I don't know, somewhere. He's still a young fighter. You got another decade at least. You know what I'm saying? They, God willing, they take care of themselves and stuff. So hopefully tomorrow's a good fight. Looking forward to the Jihad Tucker fight. That's gonna be a good fight. And everybody else in the card, hopefully those are gonna be good fights too, man. So yeah, man, I appreciate everybody who came in here, hung out with us, man. Again, I put the link in there for anybody out there who wants it. I'll put it one more time. And that link is for the fight. Okay, if you use promo code 5, you'll go ahead and save a couple dollars on the fight. You guys can go ahead, take that link right there, pin it to your notes, do whatever you got to do, save it, use it tomorrow. We partnered up with the Zone for this one, man, to help promote this fight. So, if you're gonna watch it in the crib, watch like that. You got my man Fast Eddie Chambers, Coach Anthony. We will be here. I guess I have to get back on here on Sunday. We're gonna have to talk about a recap of the fight Sunday. I'm not gonna be able to do it tomorrow because tomorrow is gonna be a late night. But Sunday I'll be back on here. You know what I mean? If it's worth talking about, I should say. I mean, it just depends on how the fight goes. If the fight's worth talking about, I'll be back here Sunday. If it's a whack fight, then I probably won't be here Sunday. Make sure you guys take my phone number, 215-709-5437. I'll put it up over here. Make sure you save the number because I do always shoot the text messages out, giving you guys updates on what I got going on. Thank you again for the love and support. And we out of here, y'all.